No one to play with? There's always PartyPoker.com.
Welcome back to the PartyPoker.com World Open. A chance now for you at home to get involved. Let's take a look at our competition. We're giving you the chance of winning a poker prize you simply can't play without. Shuffle up and deal around your own pad with your own PartyPoker.com poker kit. There's a 4-fold poker table, 2 decks of cards, a set of chips and dealer button with a customised chrome flight case. All you need for the perfect night of poker with your mates, and we've 10 to give away. All you have to do to win this prize is answer the following. What is the traditional prize a poker player receives for winning a World Series of Poker title? Is it A, a ring, B, a bracelet, or C, a necklace? To enter, go to www.5.tv/poker and answer the question. Entrants must be over 18 and the competition closes at midnight on the 10th of October.
I learned to play this game at the Frontier on the Strip back in when I was about 3 years old.
It's exactly the first place I ever played Texas Hold'em. The
old
old Frontier.
Never moved up in the scales at all.
Have you ever thought about taking it up professionally?
Oh, no, never.
Blind still 1 in 2,000. First level here.
Pass.
Kevin O'Connell giving a
Pass.
It's a history lesson.
poker history lesson here.
7 to play.
And
Okay.
this is about the 5th
Let's
hand
have 10.
Jeff Schreibman
Okay,
has
raise it up,
played, but it's the first real
Okay,
hand he's
the
picked
options
up, and there's a
Your bet stands.
You can still
there's a problem that's happened here,
It's
Kevin
on you
James,
to
which
ask.
is that Luke Patton has raised out of turn, and Schreibman,
Okay, thanks.
with the two
You
tens,
raise
could have
7.
just called
No,
there
I
and
think the flat
re-raised, because
call,
Patton's
his
bet
bet
has to stand.
stands something.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll get back to you, Kev.
Accepted.
If you had a
It's up
flat
to you, Kev.
call...
But then he could have re-raised at me, yeah.
No, you could have re-raised. If you flat call, he's automatically stamped.
As they work the confusion out.
And look at this, Kevin O'Connell's got ace-queen. This is really tricky. I think O'Connell's going to re-raise here, not realizing that Schreibman's the one with the big hand. This could get very itchy.
Well, it's already mass confusion down on the felt. As they sort this out, Kevin O'Connell will decide what he wants to do.
Now what's happened is that Luke Patton has made it 7,000 at a turn from the small blind. Schreibman, who could have decided to limp in and call, has made the 7,000 bet himself.
Call.
And O'Connell has done very well. Just to call here with the ace-queen, it would have been a real mess if he had re-raised.
Apologies for that.
Well, it might have gone a long way in clearing this up if everyone had folded. But now we've got an action flop. Queen 10 deuce. Top pair O'Connell. A set for Schreibman. How will this play out? I expect to see some fireworks here. O'Connell definitely in trouble. It's going to be tough for him to get away from this hand.
11,000.
As he bets out 11,000.
I think the only question here, Ken, isn't it, is Schreibman going to break O'Connell or just take a little lot of it?
Well, see, this is a mistake a lot of times that an amateur makes, is that they'll flat call with the set with the flush draw out there. If he re-raises here, he might get additional action, big action from O'Connell.
Yeah, a raise here could get all the chips in on the flop. A flat call could slow the action down. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. It
30
slows the action down, and he does make the raise.
11:30.
Not
See,
only does he
if
make
he-
it, it's a big one.
That's right. This is what you
Right.
want to do with a set. You
20,000
want to
more
get
for
the
the
money in
non-totals.
as quickly as possible and put your opponent at a decision for all his chips, because if he had flat called and a spade came off, it would kill the action. Instead, he drives the action, and let's see what happens. Action to O'Connell.
Kings?
This is really deceiving.
Because if I had kings, I would have re-raised him.
I was thinking too.
That huge bet, does it look almost weak? Although O'Connell's saying, do you have kings?
Well, he thinks he would have re-raised with kings. That's a thought process going through his mind.
30,000 more.
He can't get away from this.
Very tough decision. Kevin O'Connell under the gun. What will he do?
You raise this.
What is Kevin thinking? He's got the ace of spades as well, Kenna, which isn't a bad backup.
Backdoor flush and straight draws along with top pair, top kicker. But you can see that he senses he's behind. Very tough decision for Kevin O'Connell. I feel for him. Also, with a possible flush draw out there, this would be a remarkable laydown if he could get away from this hand.
I can't even imagine he's thinking about it, but he seems to be
Gotta have to watch this on
talking
TV.
into himself.
Pass.
What a fold!
Well, I told you, Jesse May, this looks like the player at the table, and true to his look, inside the book, the heart and the knowledge of a professional poker player. Great laydown, Kevin O'Connell.
And Schriebman played that pot in such a way that 99% of the time he would have gotten paid in spades. As it is, zero action. He must be gutting himself.
Well, not exactly. You know, you take what the game gives. You can't be disappointed. You play your hand correctly, and whatever comes, comes. And whatever doesn't, you don't regret.
I've never seen anything like that. Howard Plant grabbing all his chips and pulling them backwards. Howard, the pot is towards the center. And now he's having a little bit of a directional mishap here.
Would you do me a favour? These are my chips. If I go anywhere, would you watch them, please? Please, sir. Would you watch him for me?
Pass.
The comedy relief at the table, Howard Plant. Always usually wears colorful
7,000
hats.
total.
Take it away, Jesse. Looks like Mark Heron
Pass.
here has picked up
Pass.
pocket rockets.
I mean,
Two
this
aces.
game barely a few minutes old, and we've seen some big hands out there. Mark Heron with his second big pair of the evening. The pocket
Pass.
rockets raised to 7,000. Oh my lord.
It is what we call a cooler deck. This is a cooler deck. It's where, you know, all the chips are going to be going in here before the flop.
You'd swear you were in Moscow. Aces out against the kings, and
What
poor
did you
Lawrence
say?
Bonet, who has traveled here
30,000,
from the panhandle of Florida, is going to be out with a coffee cup himself, busking for cash when this one's through.
30,000 total.
Unless he can discover a king. He's raised it to 30,000.
I'm not sure.
Now, will
30,000.
Heron flat call or move, get all the chips in right here?
You got to feel
That's the only question.
Lawrence Bonet, who
Re-raise?
has done nothing wrong so far except draw the one seat. And
Okay, gentlemen.
you don't see this too often at a six-handed table, Kenna, but when you do,
It's ugly. It's like drawing the short straw. When you have to go into the lion's den and feed him
80,000
his
more, 80
dinner.
total.
And you've played a couple of these, Kenna. Is there any way to get away from pocket kings before the flop at a six-handed table?
Well, I've done it only once in my career, and it depends if you have a tremendous amount of room where both players have a lot of chips and there's a bet, a raise, a re-raise, and then a re-raise. Sometimes you can figure it out. But in this situation where,
All in.
you know, it's pretty much dictated.
And a call.
Yeah, was there also a shotgun to your head? Lawrence Bonet all in here and in real desperate straits. Aces versus kings.
Why is
He's,
Heron delaying and turning his hand over?
19,000.
Bonet has already exposed his kings. Heron should have flipped his aces over right away. A bit of a...
Show me at least one king.
I hope that wasn't a slow play, but... you know, when I have a big hand like that, and all the chips are already in, I just turn my hand up right away. You don't want to
You don't need any aces.
needle your opponent at all and let him think he's got the best hand, when in fact he doesn't. At least I'm not a proponent of that.
Oh, wow!
And you might pay the penalty, my friend,
Beautiful sight.
as a king comes off and materializes on the flop.
Backdoor diamonds.
Yeah, Heron has gone from happy to hellhole, and there's real trouble for him, Kenna, as well, because we saw Howard Plant fold an ace early up.
Oh, now just a second, Jesse May. That 3 brings in the wheel for Heron. Now a 4 will give him the wheel, the straight, or an ace, a higher trips. He's got a 14% chance to catch it on the river.
It's no fun running kings into aces. Even worse, getting the aces cracked. Has it happened? It has.